On behalf of Her Excellency the Minister of Health, Ms. Faiqa bin Saeed Al-Saleh, Assistant Undersecretary for Hospitals Affairs, Dr. Mohammed Amin Al-Awadi, opened a scientific symposium entitled Definition of HIV/AIDS in the presence of the second Deputy Speaker of the Shura Council, Jamila Ali Salman, held at the Diplomat Hotel in Manama. At the opening of the symposium, Dr. Mohammed Amin Al-Awadi delivered a speech in which he conveyed the greetings of Her Excellency the Minister of Health, Ms. Faiqa bin Saeed Al-Saleh, and her wishes for success and prosperity of this symposium, which is one of the activities that aims to improve health services in the Kingdom of Bahrain and develop ways of care, education, diagnosis, and treatment.
Actually, the main aim of objective of this symposium, we've been doing it for the 4th year in a row to increase the awareness of healthcare worker working in Ministry of Health about HIV. The whole thing about the epidemiology, how it gets transmitted, and how to prevent it and treat it, because it's very important for everybody to know about it. The other part of this symposium to increase their awareness about the top of line and the international guidelines of managing these patients and how to take care of them when they are seeing them in the hospitals. And the last part actually to encourage the new generation of physicians and other healthcare workers to really start research and looking for more of scientific work within the HIV community in the Kingdom of Bahrain.
Such conferences and scientific forums aimed at enriching the medical and health field to make the Kingdom of Bahrain a regional center for scientific meetings and health forums that increase the expertise of health service providers in their different specialties.
Regarding the HIV testing, we are monitoring the HIV patients that are initially diagnosed in the public health lab, but we are monitoring them for their immune system. Since 1995 we are doing so. So years are passing, and now we have a good response to the treatment that is offered. What is new is since 2012 there is a committee, a multidisciplinary committee that has many disciplines, including the pharmacy, the infectious disease, the public health lab, and also the Salmania lab. This team and committee are working for the best of the HIV population, and really the fruitfulness of this committee came now with having the best treatment that they are offered. And we can see that since we started till now, we find a good response really from the patients, because they are offered the best modalities of treatment, and the response to their treatment is shown in the lab by having a good immune system, better than they had before. We don't see like before a full-blown AIDS, and we don't see mortalities like we used to see in the beginning. So now the status really is much better than before. This is because of this committee, this team, and because of the best treatment given by Bahrain for these populations, and the best monitoring that is also giving. So I thank all for their cooperation, and this is for the best of our patients.
At the end of the opening ceremony of the symposium, the Assistant Undersecretary for Hospital Affairs honored a number of stakeholders and contributors who helped and contributed to making the symposium a fabulous success. In light of the digital revolution witnessed by the world, books have changed from a paper form to electronic form, which is now the most common form of books amongst readers and writers. Now with the digital era, we can access all this directly in our pocket from our phones. We can now read the contents of books and newspaper articles, etc., simply by using handheld devices, computers, or other devices that are dedicated to this. There is no doubt that both types of books, whether digital or paper, are useful with its role and features. After centuries of control over the different sources of knowledge, the printed book now faces a competition with e-books and its many techniques. The question remains, have people been convinced by electronic books, or will stick to the traditional use of paper books?
I prefer real tests of paper, and maybe it's easier for me because I'm old man now, and for the eyes it's a little bit difficult, and for me nothing compare for real one.
I like electronic because it's simple and very it's beautiful, and watch and writing, fast fighting, and all language I see informational.
Paper books, because I like the feel and the smell of the books in my hand, as well as just looking at the book. It feels easier on my eyes than electronically on a computer screen. So that's why I prefer paper books.
I'm Genevieve. I also prefer paper books because I can take notes. I can tear pages out to save for later, to share with other people.
I much prefer paperbacks. I really like real books. I know a lot of people prefer the electronic versions, but I spend most of my time with my phone on a laptop, and I'm very old-fashioned, and I like the feel and the touch and the smell of books.
Interior Minister General Sheikh Rashid bin Abdullah Al Khalifa attended the celebration of the Customs Affairs to mark the World Customs Day. The event was also attended by Interior Ministry Under Secretary of Nationality, Passport and Residence Affairs, Chief of Public Security and senior officials from ministries and concerned authorities. The Interior Minister expressed thanks and appreciation for the sincere efforts for the Customs Affairs to meet work requirements and the latest developments in the sector. He highlighted that the security system operates with integrated fields and customs is among them, hailing the seriousness and performance development of the Customs Affairs and its dedication to meet the chances and benefit from successful experiences. He added that ongoing development is required for all organizations to promote confidence and seriousness that are clear in various sectors of the Interior Ministry. Among recent procedures of the Customs Affairs are the reduction in the number of attachments for customs statement, the introduction of advanced X-ray screening system, completion of the requirements of the value-added tax and the pre-customs clearance process system, and the e-payment to facilitate traffic of travelers, develop trades, and support economic growth. Those developments are part of the Customs Affairs Strategy 2017-2020 to achieve the Bahrain Economic 2030 vision. During the celebration, the President of Customs Sheikh Ahmed bin Hamad Al Khalifa delivered a speech. He expressed thanks and appreciation to the Interior Minister for his support, highlighting that the Customs Affairs, through its work with concerned authorities, plays a crucial role in the facilitation of trade and travel through simplifying and unifying procedures at custom part as well as security steps at the borders. The President of Customs highlighted the achievements of the Customs Affairs in 2018, including the election of Bahrain as the Deputy President of the World Customs Organization for the Middle East, North Africa and Near East region for the third time in a row. This achievement shows the position of Bahrain at the international level and the role of Customs Affairs in setting the strategy of the World Customs Organization. The Interior Minister honors some organizations that work with the Customs Affairs, along with distinguished officers and commissions officers. He hailed their efforts and wished them all the best. After that, the Interior Minister inaugurated the Customs Day exhibition that showcases the main achievements and projects.
Southern Governor His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Ali bin Khalifa Al Khalifa chaired the 4th Camping Coordination Meeting for the year 2018-2019. The meeting was attended by Southern Police Director General Brigadier Hamad bin Ali Al-Murri, Southern Municipality Director General Hassan bin Abdul Latif Abdullah, and other officials. His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Ali bin Khalifa Al Khalifa commended the organizing committee for their efforts to ensure the success of the camping season.
He stressed the importance of exerting all efforts and step up cooperation to ensure the safety of campers and provide all security and safety requirements and services to meet their needs. Engineering Services and Investment Director Khalid Abdullatif Haji delivered a presentation highlighting the initiatives and campaigns launched by the Southern Governorate to protect the environment and the cleanliness of the camping sites. The Southern Police Directorate delivered a presentation which highlighted updated security statistics and issues outlining precautionary measures during the camping season. Supreme Council for the Environment SCE Waste Management Department Chief Mohammed Aman also delivered a presentation highlighting efforts to enhance awareness during the camping season to protect the wildlife and ensure cleanliness. Industry, Commerce and Tourism Minister Zayed Rashid Al-Zayani met the Chairman of Hospitality and Tourism Committee Jihad Ibrahim Amin and a number of committee members. This came in presence Bahrain Authority for Tourism and Exhibition BTA CEO Sheikh Khalid bin Hamoud Al Khalifa and BCCI board member Sonia Janahi. They discussed a number of topics related to tourism sectors in the country and government's directives to advance this sector, which considered important to the national economy. The minister confirmed to support all efforts and initiatives to enhance this sector and provide all facilities required for investors. Al-Zayani also affirmed that the tourism sector in Bahrain is today one of the most important economic sectors and comes on top of government priorities and contains an important strategies focused on several elements and infrastructure that characterize Bahrain, which has become a tourist destination, attracting to a growing number of visitors from region and the world. Council of Representatives Speaker Fawzia bint Abdullah Zainal held deep-rooted historical relations binding the Kingdom of Bahrain and Japan. She commended the drive of the two countries to further strengthen bilateral relations and boost cooperation, led by His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa and Emperor Akihito of Japan. The speaker made the statement as she received Japanese Ambassador to Bahrain Hideki Ito, affirming the keenness of the Council of Representatives and Japanese Parliament on strengthening joint legislative cooperation so as to support agreements and memoranda of understanding as well as joint economic and investment ventures. The Japanese envoy congratulated the speaker on her election as the first woman to chair the Council of Representatives, which reflects Bahraini women's standing. He held outstanding relations binding Bahrain and Japan. The National Bureau for Revenue (NBR) held a workshop on the treatment of VAT in the construction sector, during which all of the sector's VAT inquiries were addressed in order to ensure effective implementation of VAT. The NBR outlined the VAT treatment of the goods and services in the construction sector, emphasizing that certain goods and services supplied are not subject to the 5% VAT. The workshop attracted 146 representatives from 75 registered construction companies and is part of an extensive series of workshops that the NBR continues to hold to enhance transparency and raise private and public stakeholders' VAT awareness, particularly in regards to the VAT procedures and legal framework. The NBR noted that the VAT is a joint responsibility that requires constructive strategic cooperation among the government, investors, and the community.
I see your face in every sunrise.